Most people don't get bad AI answers anymore. They get almost 80% relevant answers. 80% of the email is fine, and the other 20% is so generic you would be embarrassed to send it. 80% of the essay sounds very smart, and the other 20% is the part the teacher will instantly flag as AI generated. 80% of the plan is very useful, and the other 20% is boring. It's just like a copy-paste filler. So, you spend more time in fixing the AI's work than you would have spent writing it yourself. That's not because your prompts are bad. By 2026, most people's prompts are fine. The problem is what AI doesn't know about you, and that's a completely different game. 2 weeks ago, I was building one of my motion graphics for this channel. I asked Claude to help me write the animation code. I gave it a great prompt: exact frame count, target frame rate, the easiest curve I wanted. The whole thing I gave. The code came back, it ran perfectly, and it looked fine, but very generic, like a stock template you would see on any AI channel. Because Claude didn't know what my videos look like. It didn't know my pacing, my color palette, my style. The prompt was perfect, but the context was empty. The rules has got changed, but you are not aware of it. The perfect prompt videos, the cheat sheets, the magic templates, they're not useless. They still help, but they are no longer the full game. The companies building AI are clearly moving in a new direction. Anthropic describes context engineering as the natural next step after prompt engineering. In simple English, using AI well is no longer only about what you type. It is about what the AI can see, remember, access, and do. Over the last few weeks, I studied some of the top AI tutorials on YouTube, videos with millions of views between them. And what I found was very strange. Most of them are still teaching people how to write better prompts, but very few are teaching people how AI usage itself has changed. So I made this one. In this video, I will give you 3 things. 1. The 3 modes of talking to AI in 2026. 2. The 5 words you will keep hearing everywhere this year. 3. The 3 mistakes most people still make with AI. By the end, you won't just know how to write prompt AI, you will know how to actually work with it. Before we talk about the new way, let's quickly understand the old way. A few years ago, most people typed one-line prompts: plan my trip, write my email, explain this topic. Then they blamed the AI when the answer was average. But the problem was not always with the AI. The problem was that we gave it almost nothing to work with. A better way is the simplest framework: task, context, reference, evaluate, iterate. Task means tell it what you want. Context means tell it about your situation. Reference means show it an example. Evaluate means check the output. Iterate means refine it. Let's take a family trip example. Bad prompt is plan me a trip. Better prompt: help me plan a 7-day family trip. We are 4 people, 2 adults and 2 teenagers. Budget is limited. 1 person is vegetarian. We want a mix of beach, food, culture and rest. Give me a simple day-by-day plan. That is already much better, right? Now add a reference. Here is an itinerary from a trip we liked last year. Use this style. Then evaluate. Is this actually useful? Then iterate. Day 4 is too packed. Reduce it to 2 activities. Make it more relaxed. That is how you get better output. So, yes, prompt engineering still matters. But here's the catch. Even if you write a great prompt, you're still only using one layer of AI. The prompt is only the surface. The real power is everything around the prompt. That is where context engineering begins. A quick question for you. Which of this can AI do much more easily in 2026 than they could do in 2023? A. Remember useful details about you across chats. B. Work inside a project or workspace with your files. C. Search the web, use tools and take steps towards a goal. D. All of the above. The answer is D. That is the shift. AI is no longer just a box where you type a question and get an answer. It can remember context, it can work with files, it can use tools, it can take steps. Of course, this depends on the tool, the plan and the permissions you give. But the direction is clear. When you understand this, you stop using AI like a search box. You start using it like an assistant. This is called context engineering. And don't let the word engineering scare you. It does not mean coding. It simply means preparing the AI before asking it to work. Think of it like setting up your desk before work or packing your school bag before an exam. If your files, notes, calendars and tools are ready, you work better. AI is the same. The prompt is what you ask, and the context is what AI already knows, sees, and can use while answering. In 2026, there are three main modes. Mode 1 is memory. This is the easiest upgrade. Many AI tools now support memory, saved context, projects, or personalizations. The exact name may differ, but the idea is the same. The AI can remember useful details across conversations. If you're working, it can remember your role, your writing style, your projects, your team names, and the kind of reports you write. If you are a student, it can remember what subject you're studying, what topics you struggle with, and how you prefer to learn. So instead of planning yourself every single time, the AI starts from a better place. You can tell it, I'm a marketing manager, I prefer short peer professional emails, or I'm preparing for board exams, I struggle with physics. Explain using simple examples that one setup changes future conversations. Not because the AI becomes smarter, because you gave it a better context. That is the context engineering at the beginner level. This is where AI becomes much more powerful. Mode 2 is projects. This is where AI becomes much more useful for you. Instead of using random chats for everything, you create a dedicated space for one purpose. For example, a project for your family trip. Inside the project, you add the right files, notes, instructions, examples, and goals. If you are working, you can create a Q4 marketing project and add your campaign briefs, brand guidelines, past emails, and report formats. If you are a student, you can create a biology exam project and add chapters, notes, question papers, and your weak areas. If you are planning a trip, create a summer trip project and add your budget, dates, family preferences, and past itineraries. Now, every chat inside the project starts with right background, no re-explaining, no copy-pasting again and again, no starting from zero. That is the difference between using AI casually and using AI seriously. Mode 3 is agents. This is where AI starts to feel different. In Mode 1 and Mode 2, AI mostly answers your questions. In Mode 3, AI can take step towards a goal. Not perfect, not magic, not something you should blindly trust, but powerful. Imagine this. You say, plan a 7-day family trip. Stay within budget. Compare 5 hotels. Give me the top 2 options. Draft a day-by-day itinerary. Now, watch what an agent can actually do with that. It can search hotels. It can compare prices. It can read reviews. It can cross-check dates. Draft an itinerary. A normal chatbot gives you generic answer. An agent can search, compare, read pages, organize informations, and come back with a shortlist. The important word here is shortlist. I don't want AI blindly booking hotels, spending money, or making final decisions without review. AI prepares. You decide. But I do want it to do the boring first draft. Compare options, summarize reviews, check dates, prepare a plan. Then I review and decide. Students can use the same idea. Instead of saying, write my essay, a better agent-style task is find 5 credible sources on the Vijayanagara Empire and its impact on Karnataka's architecture, culture. Summarize each one. Tell me which sources are useful for an argumentative essay. That is not cheating. That is research. The cheating starts when you submit the AI's work as your own without thinking. But using AI to find, compare, summarize, and organize information, that is the future of learning and work. This is what AI in 2026 looks like. Not just a chat box, a system that can remember, read, search, compare, and help you take action. So let us take a quick recap. So the new map is simple. Mode 1, memory. The AI remembers useful things about you. Mode 2, project. The AI works inside dedicated spaces with files and instructions. Mode 3, agents. The AI takes steps, uses tools, and prepares work for your review. Most people are still stuck at basic prompting. You have now got the new roadmap for using AI better. Now, let me give you 5 words you will hear everywhere. First, context window. This means how much information the AI can consider at once. Think of it like working memory. Second, memory. This is what the AI remembers about you across chats, depending on the tool and your settings. Third, tools. Tools are what AI can use to do things. Search the web, read files, analyze data, or interact with apps. Fourth, MCP. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. Don't memorize the full form, just remember this. MCP is like a connector. It helps AI connect to apps, files, tools, and data sources, but only when the right access and permissions are set. Think of it like a USB port for AI tools. Fifth, agent. An agent is AI that does not just answers, it takes steps towards your goal. Remember these 5 words: context window, memory, tools, MCP, agent. If you understand these, most AI conversations in 2026 will stop sounding confusing for you. Now, let us analyze the mistakes which we are making very often while we are using AI. Collecting prompt templates. If you have saved 1000 ChatGPT prompts, PDFs, Instagram Reels, or Notion templates, please don't use those things. Stop using it. A prompt template is actually written for someone else's situation, their job, their tone, their audience, their goal. Your context is different. So instead of collecting more templates, spend that energy in setting up your own AI properly. Add memory, create 1 or 2 useful projects, give examples of your work, tell it your goals. Then even simple prompts become better because the AI already understands you. Templates are okay for inspiration, but they should not become your main strategy. Inspiration is not strategy at all. Mistake number 2, treating AI like a search box. If you grew up with Google, you learn to type 2 words, scan links, click and leave. If you grew up with TikTok or Instagram, you learn to scroll, swipe, next. Both habits are wrong for AI. AI works better as a conversation. The first answer is rarely the best answer. The best answer comes after you reply. Make it shorter, use simpler words, give me an example. What is the downside of this? Now explain this for a beginner. This is where the quality improves. So remember this line. Don't ask AI one question. Have a conversation with it. And the last mistake is trusting AI to check its own work. And this one is very much dangerous. AI can sound confident even when it is wrong. It can create fake citations. It can recommend a hotel that is already closed. It can give an outdated price. It can mention a fact that does not exist at all. The fix is very simple. If the information matters, verify it separately. A price, check the calendar. A name, search it. A citation, open the source. AI is useful, but it is not your final authority. This habit becomes more important as AI gets better, because the better it sounds, the easier it is to trust. So train yourself now. Use AI to think faster, but verify before you act. Here are the 3 actions. You must pick one. If you are a student, open your AI and type, I'm studying for exam. My weakest area is this topic. From now on, explain concepts using simple examples and step-by-step breakdowns. If you are working professional, create one project for your most important task. Add one recent email, one document about your role, and a short note about your communication style. But be careful about the sensitive information that you're going to share it on this platform. If you are new to AI, don't start with a question. Tell it about yourself for 2 minutes. Your work, your interest, what you are trying to learn, then ask your question. That one change will make the answer feel much more personal. Same AI, personal answers. So that is how we should talk to AI in 2026. And going forward, it might change. We'll keep you posted about those things. Now, let us remember about these 3 modes: memory, projects, agents. And 5 important words you must be hearing throughout the year. That is context engineering, context window, memory, tools, MCP, and agent. The 3 mistakes to avoid: don't collect endless prompt templates, don't treat AI like Google or TikTok, don't trust AI to check its own work. Even if one idea is helping you, comment the one thing you are going to try today: the student setup, the work project, or the beginner conversation method. I read every comment on this platform, and what you write genuinely shapes the next one. And in the next video, I'll go deeper into AI agents, a real task, real results, no hype, because the future is not about asking AI better questions. It is about building better conversations with it. Build better conversations. Keep the conversation going. I am Jai, and this is Jai Speaks, and see you in the next video.